For the love of sports, our passion's complete. Sport Today, your sports headquarters, where action speaks louder, just for you. An honor, 103.5 FM. We're in the zone for sports fans everywhere. Welcome home.
On 103.5 FM.
Delivery of flicked on, and Rodrigo Bentancur's nudge towards goal is cleared away by Leicester. Johnson, good save from Hermansen. Two big moments there for Spurs. Son whipped in, Solanke. Pedro Porro and Romero could not quite steer that inside the post. Over on the outside of Heung-min Son, James Maddison collects with options in the middle, and there's the flick, and there's the goal. Pedro Porro, the first Spurs goal scorer of the brand new season. Porro's peeled away. It's James Maddison. And it's tricked Leicester. And Brennan Johnson comes close again. Maddison, Sarr, this is the midfield linking up. Solanke! Hermansen with a stop. Maddison, brilliant ball. Bentancur. Johnson, Bentancur surely. Hermansen holds on. Leicester win that physical battle. Christensen, what a ball! Di Cordova was attacking him. Atawu Vardy! Against the run of play. Leicester City have their equaliser.
Alright, it ended 1-1 yesterday at the King Power Stadium between Leicester City and Tottenham Hotspur. Match day 1 completed. Yes, we have some tricky results from the match day 1. On that note, I welcome you to yet another interesting edition, the Tuesday edition on Sport Today on the biggest sporting platform on 103.5 FM. Broadcasting live from the beautiful city of Ibadan. Here we say with the latest and the biggest.
Manchester United playing host to the curtain raiser.
I'm this briefly Tuesday morning,
the visitors.
coming from the
Meanwhile,
world transfer.
breaking
Chelsea,
in the
ladies and
opposite.
gentlemen. João Felix is currently in London getting set for the big move. Of course, Gallagher also making that move to Atletico Madrid. We discussed that on the show this morning. We also look into possibility of Victor Osimhen making that big move to Chelsea or PSG. Several talking points coming from the world of transfer this briefly Tuesday morning. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Of course, you can simply call me Purity. I'm not alone in the studio this morning. I got Bade with me, and together we'll be doing this. Good morning to you, Bade.
Good morning, Purity. Good morning, everybody listening. I am Bade after Bade Oyebade. It's lovely to be on the program once again. Yes. Yeah. And of course, interesting things to talk about today. Definitely, from the transfers to the game week 1 in all countries, actually. So we are.
I mean, we have a brilliant weekend from Friday to just yesterday. Beautiful game.
Yeah, and if you've noticed, every man's reaction has been different these days since the league has started.
Yeah,
everybody has
definitely
been smiling. All my guys have been smiling. So it's been a very fantastic one. Definitely.
Yeah, talking about smiling and being fantastic. Yes, we saw a couple of games this weekend. Some shocking results, some tricky results, so to say. We saw Chelsea losing to City. That was not a big news anyway. We saw United defeating Fulham, and of course, just yesterday, 1-1 between Tottenham and Leicester City.
Oh, yes, that was a very interesting one because I watched it. Imagine coming straight from work and heading straight to the viewing center to go and watch the game. Yes, it was a very interesting one, to be honest. Tottenham could have killed the game, even from the first half. Yeah. They had more chances. They were in possession of the ball more. And Leicester, they are very, very rigid when it comes to Tottenham, especially because we saw Vardy. Yes, we saw Vardy pull up one of the all-timers because when you look at it, Vardy is on his way to becoming a legend of the Premier League because as he scored goals, he has also won trophies. So definitely, he is on path to greatness. Definitely.
All right, talking about the path to get to greatness, we start with tennis this morning, shall we? Yesterday we saw the final between Yannick Sinner and Francis Tiafoe, which ended in a two-set set. A victory for the world number one, Yannick Sinner, defeating Francis Tiafoe in a very beautiful moment, 7-6, 6-2. And of course, from the female category, it was another interesting edition, seeing Sabalenka winning her first title since January. Talking about the Australian Open. Away from that, let's go into the Paralympic, and to give you the latest coming from Team Nigeria as they're getting set for the big Paralympic game. Remember that Team Nigeria failed to win any medals of any color right there at the Paralympic. Yes, we are rooting for our Paralympic team. We saw their performance in the last Olympic Tokyo, so to say, winning a couple of medals. They won 27 medals in total last Olympic. Moving forward to this Olympic, we are expecting them to do greatness.
Yes, of course. Nigeria, as always, is a very strong contender in the Olympics in all ramifications this time. And yes, we are rooting for them to win trophies, especially, we have weightlifters, very strong weightlifters.
That's one of our strong points.
Yes. So definitely we are rooting for them to come home with even more medals this time and compensate us for the last Olympic.
All right, talking about the last Olympic, we have Shade Olatoye who will be joining us on the show because of the interview she granted a pressman discussing the difficulty representing Nigeria at the last Olympic. Let's listen to her, and when we come back, we'll talk more on Shade Olatoye.
Did you get from the Nigerian authorities going into the Olympic Games? And if you did get any, when did it come?
So pretty much every year, me and my teammates, everything is out of pocket. We pay for our own training, our coaches, medical, competitions. So everything is out of pocket. It's not until we get to the championship that we start hearing about potential grants. And, it's not, as I'm training for 4 years, being given the grant at the competition, which doesn't pay for 2% of what I pay out of my pocket for 4 years of training.
Wow.
impedes what we do. Having, training partners who compete for the U.S. that are, the same tier as me, they receive at minimum $40,000 grants per year.
$40,000.
Yes, and for Canada, they have grants where they receive $2,000 to $3,000 per month, and
About it, that was amazing.
Very, very amazing. Very, very amazing. Coach spoke about this.
About that, yeah.
These athletes, before Nigeria would come into their aid, they've spent millions of naira and thousands of dollars into getting themselves prepared for this competition. The best the country could do is actually aid them, even if you are not going to pay them as much as they've invested in themselves. At least you pay them a worthy amount. Do you understand? They're saying,
and give them support.
Yes, what the country pay them is even less than 20% of what they've invested in themselves. And I doubt that is even enough for any athlete to be motivated to actually perform well for any country when you think about it deep.
I mean, with all the issues we have during the Olympic and after the Olympic, we've not seen a major step by the Nigerian Athletic Federation, even from the Ministry of Sport. What happened to some athlete right there in Paris? There's no action after all the reaction that we had right there in Paris Olympic.
I feel they are yours.
Do we even have any drawing board to go to?
That's the thing. Because I am definite we have countries right now that are preparing for the next Olympic already. Now, Nigeria, I don't know what we are doing. If we are like, okay, we are done with the Olympics, when in the next 4 years we'll see you guys later. Do you understand that kind of vibe? No, it's not meant to be like that. Everybody has to go back to their drawing board. Where did we fall off? Where do we need to work on?
Yeah.
Do you understand? Now a country such as Nigeria, we are the most populous black nation in the entire universe. Now, a country such as Nigeria, it's unheard of to go to competitions like that and come back with zero medals. It's unheard
Why
of.
country like Botswana winning
Yes,
gold medals, coming like Kenya?
Country where no big reach the holy Ibadan. On a more serious note, there are countries that are not as big as this or your state, and they won medals. Are you telling me a country of over 250 million cannot afford to get athletes that will win us proper medals? We should go back to the drawing board. We should know what we want to do to fix up better and come back making the entire nation proud.
And just yesterday, in football, we have March the 1 right there, the English Premier League complete because we have Leicester playing a 1-1 draw against Tottenham Hotspur. Remember that on Sunday, Chelsea lost at home to City. Brentford also defeated Crystal Palace by 2-1. West Ham lost at home to Aston Villa. Arsenal, yes, they won their game by 2-0. Everton lost at home gallantly 3-0 against Brighton. Of course, Newcastle United with 1 man down defeated the Saints Southampton by a lone goal. Nottingham Forest in the Forest play 1-1 draw against Bournemouth. The newcomer, Ipswich Town lost to Liverpool, of course. Fulham also lost to United. A recap of the whole week. I mean, we saw 10 games this week. It means, as we speak, we have Brentford topping the table as we speak, but then it's just too early to discuss the table.
10 scintillating games because there are talking points from every single game.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And to pick from the clubs that came from relegation, to pick the clubs that came from championship, I think they actually they put out this kind of personality that is worthy of being like, okay, you could put out a good competition. When you look at Ipswich gave Liverpool a tough time before Liverpool could break them. When you look at who else? When you look at Leicester just yesterday
Against Tottenham.
Against Tottenham, their home fans were everywhere. Their home fans were loud, and
amazing.
yes, the personality the players themselves actually put out was massive. So definitely we had a lot of talking points. Then we have Chelsea, of course we saw that coming for most of us. We have Manchester United. We think we can do better. We have a lot of
Liverpool also gave us a brilliant performance.
And when you leave Premier League, you go to the Spanish La Liga, you go to the Italian Serie A. Fantastic games around that. Yes, interesting one.
Yeah, talking about the Italian Serie A, just yesterday we saw 2 games. Juventus defeated Como by 3-0, and Atlanta without Ademola Lookman. They won their game by 4-0. Impressive game coming from Serie A also.
Yes, when you look at the Serie A, Atalanta has always been a club that would score goals.
Definitely.
Even before Ademola Lookman got into the team, they've always been a goal-scoring team. Do you understand? When clubs want to buy forwards, I think they.
I mean, you just need to go there.
Yes,
they create a lot of chances. Their kind of football is different.
Very, very different. So it's definitely a foreseen situation where you say they won beautifully. And yes, I think Ademola Lookman is going to have a very good season ahead of him too, because their director is saying something like he doesn't know where his future is heading to right now, and I think it's going to be a beautiful one for him.
All right, it's going to be a very beautiful one for him. That will take us to transfer, yes, because we have a lot of transfer stories to catch up with this morning. Chelsea are currently on the news. Like we used to say, they are buying and unbuying players.
I feel every time we come on here, we talk about Chelsea
getting players. Jao Felix will be in London today to complete that big move.
Yes. I don't know what I want to say to this. To be honest, Gary Neville, I think, was talking about Chelsea Football Club yesterday, and he said, let's take Cole Palmer for example. He made him a case study. He said, Chelsea should use Kopama as an attacking midfielder instead. Now, when you bring in João Felix, I think João Felix will influence a lot of plays in that team. Do you understand? Because you have Neto, you have Palma, you have João Felix. When you even go, maybe you come to Class B, that's where you have the Madueke, you have Mudryk and the likes. So you have a lot of forwards that have almost the same playing style. So I think it would actually influence the managers' decisions moving on. But it's Chelsea Football Club.
All right, guys, we're still on to sport today on 103.5 FM. We'll be going on a short commercial break, and when we return, come on, we still have trending stories coming from the world of transfer. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On 103.5 FM.
The essence of interior design will always be about people and how they live. It is about the realities of what makes for an attractive, civilized, and meaningful home environment. This is our foremost concern at Mr. Johnson Furniture and Interior Decoration. And this is why we stay faithful to your own taste, because nothing you really like is ever out of style. Mr. Johnson Furniture and Interior Decoration, we specialize in importing and delivering quality royal beds, sofas, lights, and doors to every home across Nigeria. We are located inside Dogafort Filling Station in Lewura Junction, Akala Express, Ibadan. Call us up on 080-913-35706 or send a WhatsApp message to 090-445-30230. We don't just sell quality products. Our maintenance team is on standby to give free routine maintenance for a whole year after purchase. Mr. Johnson Furniture, our passion is to bring affordable luxury to every home and offices.
Hello there. A golden opportunity is here for everyone desiring to invest in farming with a prospect of making great profits and creating wealth. This is brought to you
by Safe Casa Realty.
It's a bountiful package where you buy acres of land with palm tree plantations spanning from 1 year to 1.5 years, while you make huge profits from palm oil, PK oil, PKC, animal feeds, and lots more. Both 1 acre of land and palm trees are sold for just 2 million naira. Also, landed properties with cashew and banana plantations are available for instant sales. This landed property with palm tree plantation is located at Areoje along Ibadan-Iseyin New Expressway. To therefore enjoy this bountiful package, please call
080-7777-4880.
Buy landed property with palm trees and make great fortunes.
Are you in need of captivating graphic designs? Would you like to print banners, stickers, and flyers? Immaculate Digital Prints got you covered. We offer all kinds of printing services and production of jotters, paper bags, and programs for events. For more inquiries, kindly check in at number 40 Adebajo Street, Kungi, Bodija, Ibadan, or call 0810-9873-754 or 0708-644-1109, or check out our IG page at Immaculate Digital Prints NG. Immaculate Digital Prints, delighting hearts.
On 103.5 FM.
All right, welcome back from that short commercial break. You're still on to sport today. Yes, you can join the conversation on our Facebook platform at Honor 103.5 FM. We still have Buddy in the building. Yes, still talking about transfer. Chelsea. Because they are doing business. They're really doing business.
They are the most talked about football club during this transfer window.
Come on, last summer also it was about Chelsea.
It has always been about Chelsea. So it's surprising when they don't perform as much as you expect from their transfer windows.
Maybe they're just doing the transfer, but they're not getting the quality they needed.
Yes, you can't say they are not getting the qualities they need. Because when you, over the last 2 2 seasons, when you look at the standard of players they've gotten to, when they were getting those players, you know they are not just players you can just wave off. When you take from the midfield, from example, let's take Enzo, let's take Caicedo. Do you understand? When you talk about their forward, now you are talking about João Felix. Now we don't even feel. I don't even know if I want to rate Jackson for you. But when you look at everything in they go for quality players that you can actually be like, okay, you are good enough for the Premier League. When they now enter the club, that's when the whole
drama
hula baloo starts, and it's not meant to be that way. And it might be with the players, it might be with the situation of the club entirely, and it might be with the management.
All right, moving forward, Raheem Sterling has been a subject of inquiry from Juventus, and of course uncertain over his future. Maybe Raheem Sterling will be leaving Chelsea to Juventus.
Yes, maybe Raheem Sterling will be leaving, and I think Juventus are doing that is an option too, because I think from reports we have Sancho too. They've been looking into Sancho too. So yes, definitely with Sancho, Sterling, they might be leaving, they might not be leaving. It's just something.
I mean, but after Chelsea, there's this country that always come to transfer, Saudi Pro League. They came to City, and of course they are about getting Kyle Walker or João Cancelo from City.
They are the money spending.
They are the money spending country. Where Chelsea is the money spending club.
Oh, this guy, ball. They are the money spending league. So yes, definitely. And over the past 2-3 years, in the last 5 years, in fact, they've been trying to invest into their league, because when you look. When you even watch their games, sometimes you see that their stadiums are packed. We have La Liga games, we have League One games, we have Serie A games that are not as filled up as what we see in the Saudi Pro League. Do you understand? So now they want their viewers, their audience, to actually see good football. I think that's one of the main reasons they are trying to come down here. And when you come to Europe and you're like, okay, I want, let's say, Cancelo, for example, that they are trying to get from Man City. Now let's take Cancelo, for example. When you want to get Cancelo will feel, okay, going to the Saudi Pro League from the English Premier League might be seen as a downgrade. Now, if you give him your project, he might like your project. And at the same time, you must convince him well. Now, what way can you convince him well? And that's the way they have. That's the money. The mula.
Okay.
So yes, I think it's, of course, we'll see them in the transfer window.
Definitely. Let's talk about this Nigerian guys. Ademola Lookman was excluded yesterday from Atlanta game just because of the transfer saga relating to PSG. Victor Osimhen also still on doubt, maybe Chelsea or PSG. Seeing Osimhen and Lookman in PSG this season.
Now, with Ademola Lookman, whatever is happening to him this season are things I expected for good.
For good, yeah.
Yes, because
he had last season.
Yes, he had a sensational season last season. He is the first African to score an hat-trick in an European final. And now we are talking about a final that we've had the likes of Drogba competing. Do you understand? So now we have Ademola Lookman doing well, and Osimhen himself no small for where he did. You understand? So now you want to invest in players like that, and of course Ademola Lookman would be interested in going to a club like that. And when it comes to Osimhen and PSG again, I think they are having a little pause, and Chelsea too is in the picture now. Chelsea is saying no more transfer, maybe they want to go for loan. Do you understand? And I am sure Osimhen won't be interested in going for a loan deal right now, because that is not a certainty. We want something that we want to rely on moving on. So yes, it's going to be a very interesting one for our boys moving on into this transfer.
All right, let's wait and see what will happen before the end of this transfer. Let's go back to football. And just yesterday, 2 games went down in the Spanish La Liga. Big game of Villarreal against Atletico Madrid, which ended 2-2, and of course, Espanyol lost yesterday by a long goal. Atletico Madrid has been on the news also, getting players, changing formation, changing tactics also. The way they used to play different from current way they are playing yesterday.
Atletico Madrid has been top 3. Yes, in La Liga, they've been the top 3. Now, I believe moving on, there is an opening for them to actually sneak into top 2. Because when you talk about top 3, we are talking about Real Madrid, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid.
We have certain Girona also. Last season we saw Girona.
Yes. And when you say you've seen Girona last season, you know we've seen at Leicester City. We've seen
at some point
even win the league. Do you understand? So it's allowed. It's allowed for a club like Girona to actually come in at some point, moving on and actually show to say we did. Do you understand? So now maybe moving on, they might keep it up and they might fall off. It's left to them. It's just the first time we are seeing them actually pull something like that. And yeah, Atletico Madrid, they've been doing well. They've gotten a new striker, that's Julian Alvarez, who is a serial winner. Julian Alvarez has not gone a single season. Yes, he has not gone a single season in his entire career without winning a trophy. So yes, he's a serial winner, and I think mentalities like that would actually talk about your football club moving on.
All right, leaving that, let's talk about the camp of the Nigerian under 20 girls getting set for the big World Cup that will be going down later this year in Colombia. The game will start 31st of August, and of course it will end 22nd of September. Remember that the girls will be the same group in Group D alongside Germany, Venezuela, and Korea Republic. The girls are currently right there in camp getting set for the big one. By the way, we need to say our BYE on the show.
Oh, it's lovely to be on the program as always. Yes, and I can't wait to be back again. We can't wait to be back. So definitely, and of course we need to increase this time.
Definitely,
my brother, you will reach us.
Until I come your way again next time. My name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay out of trouble. I'm out of the studio.